Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sabrina if you're new here, and if you are, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. So this video is going to be a new project pan. This is a pan those eyeshadows. I really want to try and get use out of my eyeshadow collection, my eyeshadow palettes, because I kind of neglect them a bit. So it's not your typical pan those eyeshadows. I have the list. I already rolled and had my shades chosen. I record on my phone, so I can't use that and show you. I have an old phone charging, but it's just taking too long. So I decided to go ahead and do it, and I'll just show you. So for the first shade, I got in my ColourPop Mulan palette. Now I just got this palette when they relaunched it a couple of weeks ago, I think like the end of August, and I rolled this shadow Loyal, this red here. I don't think it's a pressed glitter. So in my pan those eyeshadows, I'm going to use a shadow 20 times or until I hit pan. And if the shadow's been in there 3 months and I've used it less than 10 times, then I'm going to roll it out and roll something new. Here is a swatch. And I'm gonna allow myself 3 passes on a shade. I am not gonna pan any pressed glitters or blacks. Those are just my rules for the project. Next comes from my ColourPop Wild Nothing. Now this is also a new palette. They just launched this, what, a month or so ago? They came out with this, then the Garden Variety collection, which I didn't get that palette, and then the ColourPop Land, then they took a break, and then they launched the Little Ray of Sunshine, which I have that palette, and then they just launched their Coral palette, which I really want. But this is my Wild Nothing palette, and I rolled this shade Seashells, which is the green, which I'm not one for green shadows, but I actually love this shade. I don't know if you're going to be able to tell because of my lighting. But there's a swatch of it. It's just really pretty. So there is that shade. The next shade comes from my Dose of Colors Sassy Siennas palette, and I rolled in the first shade in the palette, which is this shade, and I think it's called Stay Sassy, but it also could be called Oh So Sassy, because on the back it's shown like this. I think this is the first color, but oh well, I rolled in the number 1, so that's that shade. So, and this is an all matte palette, and I've used this a couple times. I got this last October in BoxyCharm. And there's that Sassy Sienna shade. The next shade comes out of my e.l.f. Bite Size in Rose Water. And this one, I got the first shade in this, which is this color here. These don't have shade names, so it's just 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is also a pretty shade. I have all of the bite-sized shadows besides the blue one, which I think is called like Akayu or Asayu, and the Hot Jalapenos, which is the green one. So I have all of those. There's that Rose Water shade. And then the last shade that I rolled in came from my Bite Size in Truffles, and I rolled in the last shade, which is this, I think that's a black, so you know what, I'll just do this brown shade. I know I'm cheating, but I said I wasn't going to do any blacks and I didn't realize that that was a black. So I'm cheating here, but this is the shade that I'm going for. So that is my color story for this month. And like I said, my goal is to use these shadows 20 times or hit pan. So I think that this project is going to be fun for me, because even if I'm not putting on a full face of makeup for work, I do put an eyeshadow. Like today, I don't have face makeup on, but I used my ColourPop Making Mauve, and I put mascara on, and that's it. So if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed already, please go ahead and subscribe. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sabrina if you're new here, and today's video is my first update in my Pan Those eyeshadows. And well, I have a little progress, not the best, nothing's rolling out, so let's get into it guys. Okay, so if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Alright, I don't know what that was, but we'll roll with it. The first eyeshadow palette is my ColourPop Mulan palette. Now, this was basically brand new when I put it in. So, and I really like this palette. It is beautiful. The shade that I rolled in was this red shade there that has the big dip in it. Sorry, my notes are trying to go all over the place. But this palette, I think it's still in stock. I think you can still get it. I know you can get, well, I placed an order like 2 days ago and the blushes were still in stock, maybe a few more items. But so Loyal was the shade, and like I said, it was basically brand new, and there is a dip, and I know you can see this. I used this 4 times, and this is basically the eye look that I've created with this palette. It does change a little bit here and there. I've used all the mattes, so this shade, this shade, this shade, these 2 shades, this shade, and this shade. Not all in one look, but I don't know if you can tell, but they do look used, not abused, besides Loyal. Loyal looks abused, but used. I mainly concentrate on Loyal as my shimmer sparkly shade. Today I used a brush. I did have to dig at it to get the pigment payoff that I wanted, so I would suggest just stick to a finger with using this. Or I did not try a wet brush, but maybe that'll work too. So there is that palette. And I think this palette is very fall friendly. I mean, you have a little bit of everything. You have your red, your gold, your blackish color. I have not used it, so I don't know how it pays off, but the mattes are really, really pretty. They blend easily. I really want to try this duochrome shade. I don't know if you can tell the shift, but it looks super pretty. And yeah, so I think this would be very fall friendly. I think the palette retails for $22. So then I have another ColourPop palette. This is the Wild Nothing palette. The shade that I rolled in is Seashells, which is this green shimmer. And I used this 3 times, and I do have a little bit of usage on it, and like I said, I do use my finger with it. I tried a brush once and it did okay, but I prefer my finger. These 2 shimmers or shadows right here, they are Super Shock shadows, so they do look like I've used them more than Seashells. But we all know how Super Shock shadows are. They are very malleable. I typically stay with these 2 shades and these 2 shades. This shade is a glitter matte, which I wish it wasn't. I wish it was just a regular matte, because I like a skin tone base on my eyes. So this is a little too peachy for my liking, but I do sometimes use it even though it doesn't look like it. So there's that palette. This is a really pretty palette. I love it. I think this was, I don't remember how much this was, but probably between $14 and $18 for this palette. No mirror, but this was also, like, all my palettes are fairly new anyways, so I should just stop saying that. They released this, but not that long ago, just a couple months ago it seems like. My Dose of Colors Sassy Siennas, sorry for the reflective packaging. I rolled in this first shade here, and as you can tell, I have used it. This shadow does look used too, but the rest look untouched. I've used this shadow 5 times. And I do like it. I like this palette. It is a good fall palette. But in conjunction with this palette, I use my other 2 palettes, which are the e.l.f. Bite Size shadows in Rosewater and Truffles. And Rosewater I have used 4 times. Truffles I've used 4 times. I rolled in this first shade for the Rosewater. Like I said, I use my fingers, so there is a noticeable dip. These are very softly pressed shadows, so you do have to be careful, but they retail for $3, so they are easily replaceable if you don't feel like repressing the shadows in. And then for Truffles, I rolled in this shade here. I do use a brush with this one, and not too noticeable on camera, but I can see a dip starting to form with this. So the way I use this is I lightly go into my Sassy Siennas shade, put that all over the lid, go in with the Truffle Brown shade in my outer V corner, whatever you call it, to deepen up that part. And then just on my lids, I go in with the Rosewater shade, and it does create a very pretty look. I will try to put in photos next time for like looks I've created with my pen, those eyeshadows type deal. So still sticking with all 5 that I rolled in last time. Hopefully next update we will be rolling some out and rolling some new ones in, but right now I'm happy with the shades that I have in here. I don't foresee me rolling any out after 3 months if these are still in the project. So Thank you guys so much for watching. Please go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.